This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. Now, in every African home, there is a black pot. And what is the significance of the black pot? Now, anytime the black pot is on fire, we all know there is something sumptuous that is cooking. And in every African home, especially the traditional African homes, we know that the black pot means and brings about good news. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, where we speak truth to power. And remember, we don't like to criticize, but if we must criticize, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. It's all about our country, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo, and my name, Blakk Rasta. Now today we have so many different things to talk about in the service of God and country. And I am just praying for strength so that we'll be able to tackle these issues with all honesty and with all power. Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this law I see I dictate sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth fat fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Let everybody say, Joy! Today we are starting with the church. Asida yonyamini dia. Oh asida yonyamini dia. Oh asida yonyamini dia. Mintu minkan adawaya mame. Now when we talk about the church, we are talking about honesty. We're talking about the truth, and we're talking about salvation. But it looks like some cockroaches have invaded the church. And today I am titling this one, the Presbyterian Church of Lies. Why the Presbyterian Church of Lies? It is called the Presbyterian Church of Lies for one very important reason. Hear me now. Now we are the very fiery moderator, Right Reverend Professor Emmanuel Martey, and he is gray-haired. When you see him physically, all that comes into your mind is that this is the epitome of honesty, the epitome of truth. For some time, he was able to convince Ghanaians that, oh yes, I will speak nothing but the truth. Nobody can bribe me. I am here for the love of the people through Christ who empowers me. And we all said hallelujah. In the days of President Mahama, he spoke a lot. In fact, and anytime he spoke, we were all enthused because he spoke with fire. But Professor Martey, all of a sudden, has gone into the doldrums of corruption. What are we talking about? Hear me now. In 2016, Professor Martey, my very good brethren, came out and told us something. What did he say? He said, listen, some politicians had come over to bribe him with a sum of 100,000 American dollars, plus a V8 vehicle, plus a house in Trasaco with a swimming pool. But he was unbribable. Nobody could tamper with his truth. Nobody would be able to bribe him. And we all applauded. This was 2016 when he spoke. Listen to Professor Martey and let's take it from there.
Black Pot, Kukushodemo. Let me tell you why people do not want Professor Martey to talk. Listen, they have tried, politicians have tried all means, I mean all means, to muzzle me, to get me, but they can't. They come with bribes, fat envelope, $100,000. Listen, listen, listen. I want everybody to listen. Politicians came to my house with fat envelope, $100,000, not cedis, dollars. And also with the promises that, if you keep quiet, we will give you a house at Transaco with swimming pool. You know what? Oh, we will give you 4-wheel drive.
Blackpot, Coco show them.
Now you heard it for yourselves. 1 4-wheel drive car, a house at Transaco, garnished with a swimming pool, plus 100,000 American dollars, all for your momness. Just be quiet. Now, my brother, my sister, when the good old professor said this, many of us were so happy to hear that, the man was unbribable. Now, I was so sad that in our country, people would go this extent to buy somebody's quietness. Now, if it is a democratic country where everybody must not be a spectator, but be active citizens, and some members, not just ordinary members of the society, but clergy, my brother, my sister, will be bribed with such hefty sums, or would be attempted to be bribed with such hefty sums, then we are in trouble. Which politicians did this? This was in 2016, when we were just about to have our elections. Who bribed this man? Or who tried to bribe this man? Now, in that election, Nana Akufo-Addo won, right? Hey, but things are coming out, just like the chickens are coming home to roost. Somebody else heard this thing and was part of the alleged bribery. And who is this person? He was the PRO of the Presbyterian Church, one Dr. Emmanuel Osei. He has come out to also speak. Dr. Emmanuel Osei Chiampong has spoken. And what has he said about the so-called bribe? Was he there at the time of the bribe? What exactly happened? Let's listen to Dr. Emmanuel Osei Chiampong, the PRO to Dr. Martey'S Presbyterian Church at that time.
Blackpot, Coco show them.
In fact, I was surprised when I got to know about the information, because what he stated out there to the public is the opposite of what happened in the year 2012 in June, when I was serving in my capacity as the public relations manager of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. The background of the whole story was that I was once invited, to be precise, on the said date by the moderator to meet him in the residence of one of the flag bearers, or a flag bearer of one of the leading opposition parties in this country. Okay. He did not tell me the objective or the purpose for the meeting. I got to the place only for him to hand over an amount of $50,000 to me in a brown envelope. And then he showed me his of $100,000. He showed it to me, he counted, and then he intimated to me that the purpose of that inducement was that we are to speak for that particular party. So in my capacity as a PRO of the church, I should take that because I'll be doing the work. And instantly I rejected it, and I made it known to him that by my management principles, I go by what my boss says. So if you want us to do what they are saying, I'll do it. But so far as the vehicle is concerned, by my conscience and my principles, I cannot take it. So I returned the money back to him. And then we left, he took the money, and then he took the vehicle. And that was the end of the case. So I was surprised yesterday to hear about the allegation that he was making against, he did not mention the name, but all the indicators were clear that he was referring to the ruling government. I am not here to side for one party or the other, but my interest is that as a religious leader leading a variety of groups, MPP, NDC, your communication as a leader should be ethical. You have to communicate in such a way that you not more or less affect the desires and then the afflictions of the people that you are serving. And to me, it was below the bar. But I was interested in coming out because I thought that what he put out there was a lie. And as a Christian, I owe it a responsibility to clear the air.
Blackpot, Koku show them.
My brother, did you just hear that? As a Christian, my conscience would not serve me right. So I returned the money to him and the vehicle. 50,000 American dollars plus the vehicle. You are my boss. If you want us to do this, I will respect you as my boss and will do it, but my conscience would not allow me to take the money and the vehicle. And what did the PRO say? And that's Dr. Emmanuel Osea Chiampong. He said, the moderator, the gray-haired moderator, holier than thou, drove away the vehicle and took the money. What happened to the money? Gihoc, I'm talking about our organization that is involved or interested in investigating some of these crimes. The moderator, holier than thou, who walked with the Bible tucked in his pot belly, who always had a long Jesus Christ chain, as if it was a chain of slavery dragging him back to hell. The man who preached to us about the Bible right from the book of Genesis all the way through Malachi and to Revelation and beyond. What is happening? My brother, my sister, so Professor Martey, according to his own PRO, took the money. And the interesting part of it is that his PRO, Dr. Achiampong, is saying that it's the ruling government that bribed them. And he refused to take the bribe. Nana Akufo-Addo's government. Remember when we talked to you about budget for propaganda? In our country, we are paid to talk more than to think. If such a man of God, who is supposed to be leading people to God, a man holier than thou, can accept 100,000 American dollars plus a V8 plus a proposed big house in Trasaco where only big men live with a swimming pool, if he could do this and not even think about the fact that there are people who are dying because of this corruption. Common cold and malaria kill people in Nima, in Ashaiman. Women are giving birth on the bare floor of these hospitals, yet nobody cares about that. You would go and accept this, take your PRO's money on top and the vehicle and be driving around with your big fat belly and saying Jesus Christ is God. I am shocked that Professor Martey, who was seen as an anti-corruption man, could stop this law. If all these things his PRO is saying are nothing but the truth. And to Nana Akufo-Addo, you see how low your government has descended? You see all the lies you said about the so-called human rights and rule of law? If your own chief of staff, Akosua Fremont Paris, can go and give money to people at funerals and so on and so forth, to bribe people so they will go to parliament and vote for you, then I can see what legacy you are building. You are a shame to this country, Mr. President. You are the head, so we have to address you. You are a traitor. As for Professor Martey, you are an idiot. You are a fool. Hey! So you have disgraced the Bible so cheaply like that? I am so angry. If you were in front of me, I would look you in the face and call you a big fat fool. You know why? Because you have misled us into believing that you are a man of God. You have misled us into singing praises in your name. You have misled us into making the whole public believe that you were leading us to El Dorado. I remember when Yamwa Panko came on your case and said that you will not go to heaven. We all descended on him and called him an impotent, pot-bellied asshole. You all remember Yamwa Panko, right? What did Yamwa Panko say about Professor Martey? Watch out. What did he say? He said he will not go to heaven. Was that not what he said? Yes, Yamwa Panko said, you, Professor Martey, you will never go to heaven. Yes, it was all over in the media that Yamwa Panko said, you will not go to heaven. And many of us were angry. Now, who was Yamwa Panko at all? He was the MC of the Ejusu area somewhere. And he was a very, very top speaker for the NDC at that time. How would we have exchanged Yamwa Panko for a man of God who was speaking against the government in power, the ills, and all the rot? Yamwa Panko said in plain terms that you, Professor Martey, will never go to heaven. We were angry. Reverend Martey won't go to heaven. Yamwa Panko fumes. We saw it all over the place. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but to God be the glory. I want to say that you have disgraced your Bible, disgraced Jesus Christ, disgraced us. If all these things we are hearing, Professor Martey, are nothing but the truth. In fact, I am so sick. I need to drop this and look at the next issue, my brother. My brother, my sister, I want to go into the next issue. And what is the next issue? Austerity measures in the executive of Ghana, which I have decided to call AUSTERIOSIS in the Ghanaian executive. When we talk about austerity measures, what are we talking about? To cut down on expenditure, right? To cut down on expenditure. Now, the government of Ghana is so good at spending on nothing. They get a lot of loans. At the end of the day, when we look at what they spent the loans on, it looks like they just blew it in the air. Today, Professor Stephen Ade, who used to be the rector of GIMPA, Ghana Institute of Management and Professional whatever, GIMPA. He was a rector. He's a writer and an educationist. At a point, he even taught in the Pentecost University and some other places. This is a great guy that we all love. And when he speaks from the bottom of his heart. He's somebody we all see as patriotic. He has spoken. And he says, executive must cut salaries by 25%. Executive must cut pay by 25% to prevent things from getting worse. Hey, Ghana is galloping into crisis. There is galloping inflation in Ghana. Geometric rise into nothingness. My brother, my sister, here we go now. We all know how the World Bank, through its country director, came out and told us in plain words that the government must stop the arrogance and tell the people the truth about the economy. True or false? Remember, we're told that 80% of our GDP is all on borrowing. It means all the goods and services we have in this country, 80% of them are not truly from this country. They are borrowed on borrowed glory. That's so terrible. It's enough to impeach a lying pot-belly, oversized suit wearing, jet flying president with no respect and honor. In fact, this president should be relegated to the hottest part of hell. He's worse than Satan. Before you came into power, what did you tell us? That you were going to reduce down to the lowest level, the lowest ebb, petrol prices. Petrol prices, so petrol prices, so that was what you told us. And recently the tapes have started going around again. All the lies you told because of your fantasy, inordinate ambition of becoming president. Now you got the presidency. And you have been exposed that you are nothing but a cheap liar. And I am angry. Petrol prices today gone past 10 Ghana cedis, we are told. Go to Togo, it is still 5 Ghana cedis. Maximum is 6 Ghana cedis. It is crazy. What is happening in this country? Now people are running helter-skelter. And look, it is crazy. Let me concentrate on what I have to talk about. Professor Stephen Adai is talking about the fact that we have to cut down the salaries of the executive. Who are the people that make up the executive? The president and his group of thieves. It's like Ali Baba and his 40 thieves. Nana Addo and his 1 million thieves. Family and friends. The thievery is too much. And when we talk, you look for us. Look what is happening. All your childhood fantasies, you want to get that in your presidency. You were not able to fly private jets when you were an ordinary man like me. Today that you are president, you have to break the taxpayers' back so you satisfy that childhood fantasy. We are not idiots. We are watching you. As long as we pay tax, we deserve to be told the truth. Kwesi Boche told you, cut away that arrogance. It won't help anybody. My brother, my sister, as it stands right now, I am sad. Professor Ade has spoken, and he says, cut it down. And hear this. Something interesting is about to happen. Another MP, the MP for Akim Swedro, oh my God, he's one Honorable Nyako. Honorable Nyako. That's him. You know what he said? He just came out so publicly and so shamelessly, better still, truthfully, in quotes, saying, Mr. President, you know what? The country is galloping into the doldrums of nothingness. Mr. President, you know what? Let us stop free SHS. Let us stop number 2, school feeding program. Thirdly, let us also stop the so-called food for planting for food and jobs. And let us also stop NAPCO. You want to hear it again? Hey, free SHS cancelled. Hey, school feeding program cancelled. Hey, planting for food and jobs cancelled. Hey, NAPCO cancelled. These were the things that won Nana Akufo-Addo the presidency. Hey, what did he say? Hey, when I come into power, free SHS. And a lot of people whose backs were breaking because of school fees decided to go in and vote for this man. Now the man has become president. And his own MPs are running to him and saying, oh, Mr. President, you know what is happening? We need to cut all these so-called whatever. Then, how did you win the elections? The things that brought you into the presidency, you are violating all of them. The promises you made to the people, Mr. President. Are you not ashamed that every morning when you wake up and look into the mirror, you are a ghost of yourself? You are a figment of the imagination of Satan. Are you not so ashamed that you are nothing but a smoking gun? You are nothing, Mr. President, but an illusion of yourself. My brother, my sister, they say that they have to cut down the executive salary. Hey, Professor Stephen Adai might be right. You know why? You remember Mr. President said, oh, we need salaries for our wives. Baumia's wife needs a salary. My own wife also needs a salary. Salary for what? For what? Right after that, you tell us to pay e-levy. And I hear Gabi Ochridako, the pseudo prime minister of this country, also come out and he's saying, now we have to decide, do we want the e-levy or we want to go to IMF? Blood and fire. Blood and fire. You guys are belly full. Nothing worries you. You are cruising on the taxpayers' back of trouble. You are cruising on the sorrows of the taxpayer. When we are crying and dying, you guys are joyfully dancing and skirmishing. What the heck is wrong with us? Sometimes I wish I could say what I always wanted to say to people like this. But for decency's sake, I ask for restriction from the powers of the Most High Jah. I leave it here. But hear me now. Austerity measures have hit Ghana. Those of you who don't know what that economics term means, it's simple. They are going to cut down on expenditure. What a useless president. My God. Anytime I think about this, I go loco. I go bananas. I go cuckoo. What the heck is happening? Mr. President, a few days ago you were flying in a luxurious plane and Ghanaians were crying, Mbaya, 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 Nanumoye, Nanumoya, Nanumoye, Nanumoya. And you didn't care because you were eating your lasagna in the air. You were looking at us and laughing at us. A few days down the line, after you refuse to listen to us, you come to us cap in hand. You want e-levy. You mad? Or you crazy? Wagwan! Wagwan, Mr. President. I'm mad, you must be mad. Why? When you were going around blowing money and we were telling you, hey, you can't say no. The big no be. Be sing your way over coffee. Then we call down so wah. Unfini na air son no. Now you want us to bring our handkerchiefs to blot out your running nose. No. My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now I want to look at another thing. And this thing I'm going to look at is interesting. I'm going to one of the appointees of the president. And his name is romantically beautiful. Maxwell Kofi Juma. What a name. Kofi Juma is so romantic. Anytime I hear that name, it's like, oh boy, Juma. Well, he just came out to say that, yes, he's a wild womanizer. He loves women. If you don't understand, go to hell. Ah, okay. Maybe you and the president have the same DNA. Yes, you and him have the same DNA. Say what, bro, you need yourselves night and day. That's okay. I don't go into people's private issues. What matters to me is what touches the fiber of the public, the fiber of the economy. Yes, the whole DNA of the country, the taxpayer. Now Maxwell Kofi Juma, who is he at all? Maxwell Kofi Juma used to be the mayor of Kumasi. In my days, there was a wild man we all feared. I don't remember his name now. He used to be a cousin or an uncle or something to the Otunfuo. And anytime we're in Kumasi and we heard he was in town, we're all running. He's dead now. I don't remember his name. I know you remember. It's not important to me now. What is important to me is Maxwell Kofi Juma. He became the mayor of Kumasi, such an important post. He even became the MP for Asokwa and that area twice. Maxwell Kofi Juma. Hey! He went to school all the way in America and got a certificate in management, marketing, and finance, that kind of thing, from Rutgers University. So he knows some finance and he knows some, management, administration, and marketing. I respect people who study. And the president finally decided to make him the boss of Gihoc. What is Gihoc? What is Gihoc? Ghana Industrial Holdings Company. In fact, it became the very first distilleries in West Africa to produce alcoholic beverages. The whole of West Africa. Nigeria didn't come. Togo was still sleeping. Hey! Ivory Coast was fast asleep. In fact, it got established in 1958. Nigeria was negative 2 years old at that time. Ivory Coast was still sleeping. Aye. Togo was somewhere in Mars preparing to be descended. Benin, oh, kai, fast asleep. Ay, kai. Hey, Nigeria, kai, shake it and buruba. Kai, sleeping, baba. Hear me now. 1957, we were only 1 year old as Ghana, the firstborn nation of the whole of the sub-region, when Gihoc distilleries came into being. In 1968, after they overthrew Nkrumah in 66, 2 years later, they found some shenanigans and some hobbledehoy around it to try and make it look like something. Some rebranding, refurbishing, reconcoctization of the whole concoction. Jesus have mercy. Hear me now. Now, Gihoc Distilleries makes alcoholic beverages. You those who drink alcohol, you know I don't drink, right? Castle Bridge, or is it Castle Gate? They make it. Herb Afrique, or is it Ganja Afrique? I don't really know what it is. All these beverages, alcoholic, they make that. All of a sudden, prices have skyrocketed. Those who used to drink and go, now they can't drink enough because it's expensive. They drink 2 thoughts and they are complaining. Hey! My brother, my sister, now the boss of Gihoc Distilleries is the one we're talking about, Maxwell Kofi Juma. He has said something. He said, if the prices of alcohol are too high, go and drink water. Hey, drink water instead. Oh, if alcohol price is too high, don't be forced now. That's what Maxwell Kofi Juma is saying. All you drunkards, in my village, drunkards have a song that they sing. Danyurba, nawuniti danyurba legenda. So we drunkards, may God put us in heaven. That's what the meaning, the song means. Hear me now. Hey, Maxwell Kofi Juma is telling Ghanaian drunkards and alcohol consumers that, hey, we have increased the price of alcohol. So if you still want to drink it, be ready to pay. If you can't pay, oh, there's free water. Akosombo Dam is there. You can drink all the water there you want. Hey, go to the beach there. Put your mouth there and drink it like an ox. Nobody cares. But alcohol, you have to pay. And people are angry. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? You want free alcohol. Now Maxwell Kofi Juma has spoken. And what did he say again? That listen, how do you think we pay government workers? You don't want e-levy. You don't want to pay any other tax that has to do with government flying and blah, blah. Okay, now we have a way. We have turned all you Ghanaians into hopeless, betters, gamblers, and drunkards. When a country is dying, these are the 3 things. They are betting, they are having sex with no sense, and then they are drinking. 3 things. Now these 3 things will bring about crime. Hey! In a country where people are drinking like monkeys, my brother, my sister, trust me, there will be crime. In a country where people have sex with no sense, they will make babies like cockroaches. In a country, my brother, my sister, where people are betting, every corner you go, there's a betting box. Gambling, yet every Sunday you go to church and your Bible tells you gambling is not good. Betting, you have allowed betting all over the place. A country that is built on the bedrock, the foundation of uncertainty. Kai, this is too deep for somebody to understand. He would have to drink Ekwegwemi tomorrow before he understands this. A country that is built on the bedrock of uncertainty. Because gambling is uncertain. The vicissitudes of life, the ups and downs of life, make people behave like they are crazy. Maxwell Kofi Juma says, hey, you drunkards, we succeeded in making you addicted. Now we will hook you by the nose and drag you to us like puppets on a string to the alcohol. But this time round, you will pay through your nose. And people are crying. I like what he said. It's almost like saying, you voted us into power. We will teach you who the hell we are. Our true colors will now show. Hey, after alcohol, it's going to be food. Hey, petrol prices. Hey, even sex. Prostitutes will increase the price of their something. Something that you used to pay 50 cedis for. Like my brother who likes to, he tells me it's 50 cedis. Now it will go to 150. If you don't have 150, hey, no, all right. My brother, my sister, Maxwell Kofi Juma has spoken. And he says, watch out. Please, it will be fight now. If alcohol prices are rising, please leave alcohol alone. Go and drink water. Any problem? Any problem? Any problem? Has he said anything more serious than what Nana Akufo-Addo said to us? Has he said anything more serious than what this government is telling us? We hear some of this night and day. People looking down on us, insulting us. What is more of an insult than the president flying night and day with prostitutes in the skies? What is more demeaning than the president sleeping in public? Are you crazy? If you have trypanosomiasis, don't we have doctors to take care of you? You sleep night and day because you vote all cocoons into power, whose duty is to sleep. God have mercy. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, and we speak truth to power. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Remember, it's in the service of God and country. We normally don't like to criticize, and we check our words so well. We are very, very, very humble with our words. In fact, very economical with our words. Because it's not about criticizing people. It's about the solutions. We only criticize to build and not to destroy. Hey, we are live on Blakk Empire TV. And of course, Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. It is also same thing on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Blakk Empire Media. Blakk Empire Media. B-L-A-K-K. Empire Media. And then remember to also click on the notification so that you'll be able to get notified anytime we come on. We are on Pan-African TV every day from Monday to Friday from 4 p.m. until 5 p.m. Also on Loud Silence TV, Ghana Web TV. Hey! This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Now I'm going to deal with something that I have titled Korkor'S Extended. Korkor'S Extended. What is Korkor'S Extended? You remember yesterday we talked about Auntie Korkor. Who is Auntie Korkor? Abena Korkor. Pretty lady, nice body, very sexy. People are taking advantage of her. She is bipolar. She herself came out to tell us she has slept with over 100 men within a short space of time. It looks like Ghanaian men have come to realize that the pretty lady has a problem mentally. So for that matter, they knock at her door anytime their libidos rise. They legalize her. But the good thing about this lady is that after people take advantage of her, and then she descends into the bipolar world, she comes out to spill out the beans. Oh, this person slept with me. In fact, his langa was as tiny as a little fingerling. Oh, this person did this to me. That person did this to me. My brother, my sister, the latest on the list, Stephen Appiah, former captain of the Black Stars. Asamoah Gyan, also a former captain of the Black Stars. And of course, Stonebwoy Bernitan, yes, the captain of the dancehall, or better still, the Afro dancehall world in Ghana. Now, my brother, my sister, I see some damage control running around the whole place. Some people are trying to dissociate themselves from the truth that this young lady has spilled out. Now, in her own opinion, this is the truth. And I have no reason to doubt her. Look how many millions of people we have in Ghana. Why would your name be mentioned? Despite the bipolar nature of this person, when there are millions of other people, why did she not mention my name? Why did she not mention the name of the other guy there in the corner? But just you. My brother, my sister, that is not my target. My target is this. Anytime she talks about some of these things, she gives some level of information that will let everybody say, oh, she's speaking some truth. She came out to apologize. Korkor'S. What is Korkor'S? It is the sickness you catch when you sleep with Korkor, Abena Korkor. And that sickness would expose you to the rest of the public for ridicule. She has apologized for dragging their private business into the public. You know what that means? It simply means, yes, it happened, but I'm apologizing because I relapsed. I had to bring it out. It wasn't supposed to be brought out. I hear Stephen Appiah say, oh, I only met her out there, and then we had a photo, session, and that was it. She asked to take a photo of me. Be truthful to yourself. Be truthful to yourself. Posterity is judging us. Your reputation is more important to you than the health of a young girl who everybody is sponging on. Anytime you guys, your libidos rise, you look for her. Give her all sex styles. And when she relapses and she spews out this, you guys go crazy. I wasn't there when you guys were sleeping with her, or when you guys did not sleep with her. But I have my own opinions. And my own opinions are simple. I don't think this young lady is lying. In the past, she mentioned other people, KOD. She mentioned some other people, some people in government who threatened to take her to court and all that. Why has she not mentioned Blakk Rasta? Because I don't know her. I have never met her. The day she will say, oh, Blakk Rasta also did it, that will be the day that we would all get to know whether she's speaking the truth or she's lying. In the interim, my brother, my sister, Korkor'S is real. Some people are peddling it around. Oh, she has apologized because she's crazy. She came out and said just anything. But listen to the words of Abena Korkor carefully. She's brilliant. She's only apologizing for bringing your private affairs into the public's eye. And look, lest we lose sight of the moral in this. The moral in this is very simple. Anytime she sleeps with a so-called responsible man, wife and children, she would advise young women young married women, and even the wives of those women, men. What does she say? Listen, I slept with your husband, and this was the person who connected me to your husband. Be careful. Now, the worst of it all was when she mentioned Ball J. Ball J is my cousin. We belong to the same family. I relapsed, and he invited me to the house so he could advise me. Whilst he was advising me, he started squeezing my apples. And I got hornier and hornier and hornier. And then he asked if he could, and I said yes, and we did it. But Ball J, I'm so disappointed in you. These are her words, not my words. Ball J, I'm so disappointed in you. You knew that I had relapsed. You knew I was sick. And then as a cousin, you invited me over to help me recover, only for you to penetrate me. Why? To all those men who are doing this, I will not moralize it on you. I could be caught in this. But if I, Blakk Rasta, gets caught in this, you know what I will do? I will own up and say, yes, I did it. And I ask for forgiveness from the Most High and from other people who have been hurt. It's better to speak the truth. Imagine this lady comes out with authentic facts. What are all those people going to say? Facts. Maybe photographs, videos, and all those. Meanwhile, there are more people who are interested in going through the gardens of Abena, despite the fact that these things are happening. So I have no sympathy for you. A lot of you know she's not well. Yet you go into that because you have an alibi after all. She's sick. Everybody knows she's a sick girl. So nobody will believe her. May God punish you guys one after the other. Especially those who know they are guilty. God will punish you guys night and day. I leave this out. And I'm going to look at the next thing, my brother, my sister, as we are running out of time. And this thing I'm going to look at is interesting. I'm going to look at Ghana football. Hey! Ahmed Polo has spoken. He said Ghana football has lost its identity. Hallelujah. Ghana football has lost its identity. What's the identity of Ghana football? That's the question you should ask. When Ahmed Polo played football, when Mohamed Cho played football, when Ahmed Alassane played football, Jato, when all those people, Mfum, Abedi Pele, it was all about the nation. But now, it's about self-aggrandizement. It's all about selfishness. Now, some of the players even get onto the field and they do not want anybody to tackle them. They play the football as if they have rubber legs. Rubber legs. Some of them will not even come to play unless a private jet brings them in. Some of the coaches know that these are the best players, that they would put them away and bring in casco, used goods, useless products, inferior goods. That is why Ahmed Polo is saying Ghana has lost its football identity. In the days of Ahmed Polo and his colleagues, today you can check it out. They have nothing. Ahmed Polo was the magic dribbler. He scored like hell. At the end of the day, they called them together, and for their prize and their award for taking this country around the world and winning cups and competitions, they gave them tea kettles to go home and boil tea and drink. Some of them, they gave bicycles. You are old, so when you ride the bicycle, you know, yeah, your blood will keep flowing. And the rest, you know what they gave them? You know what they gave them? Lanterns. So that in the night when they are running to the KVIP, they will hold it and be running whilst holding their stomach. Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. You are fools. You have no sense. To a fool. To a fool. Who said fool? A nation that has no respect for its heroes, a useless nation. Like Professor Martey said, only fools, only foolish presidents refuse to deliver. And Martey said this only when Nana Addo came into power. And he said God had rescued Ghana from the foolish hands of Mahama. And that the wise hands of Nana Addo would be able to bring us honor. Put the picture of Professor Martey there. Professor Martey said, listen, that hey, foolish people, foolish presidents are those that refuse to deliver. God has rescued Ghana from the foolish hands of Mahama. Find that thing and put it the way he said only fools do what. Professor Martey, put it there, producer. Hear me now. He said foolish presidents, foolish governments are those who are unable to deliver. And that God has rescued Ghana from the hands of a foolish president like Mahama. And Nana Addo would deliver. Little did we know that he had gone to take 100,000 American dollars plus V8 plus a Trasaco house with a swimming pool. Professor Martey, forget about Professor Martey. Now we are talking about Muhammad Ahmed Polo. Muhammad Ahmed Polo says we've lost our identity as a football nation. Jesus have mercy. Self-aggrandizement, selfishness, foolishness, and coaches who are not patriotic. Patriotism was the fiber of Ghana football. I remember when players would weep. I saw Abedi Pele weep like a baby. I think, was it in Senegal? He wept like a baby when he was shown the final yellow card, which made him not to be able to play the final match. He wept like a baby. Those of you who are so young to remember this. Hey, Ghana football started breaking away when Abedi Pele and Tony Yeboah started their foolishness. Oh, it was all about money. That was when we started losing our identity. Whilst Abedi Pele was looking for the cap, Tony Yeboah did not want to feature so that the honor and glory will go to Abedi Pele as a captain. I might be wrong, but that's what I thought. Today, my brother, my sister, the day are you. I didn't cry no bobo. And what's that guy called? Jordan. Onukra Aden. Coaches no musonu. Are they scared of him? Some of it is nothing but tribal bigotry. The hatred for their father has come down on them. Let those players be axed out of the Black Stars. You would wonder which players they will bring their cousins, their grandfathers to come and replace them. And the team will continue to sink. We don't criticize objectively now. It's all about who can pay to be part of the Black Stars. I pray that the new coach who has come will bring some decency and some patriotism. But above all, let me close on this note. The solution to all these problems we have in Ghana, too, Pan-Africanism, change of attitude. We are not patriotic, and that's supposed to be embedded in Pan-Africanism. Nkrumah ruled and succeeded because of Pan-Africanism. Everybody comes to Ghana because of Pan-Africanism. People are not coming to Ghana because of 111 hospitals that the president promised he was going to build and failed. People are not coming to Ghana because of some useless demonic cathedral. People are not coming to Ghana because Pekple is going to be thrown around the place. What am I hearing about Lamanche? I hear he's dead. And they have closed their schools. People are not supposed to go to the shops and all that. Tomorrow we'll look at that. But in the interim, this is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunomo, where we speak truth to power. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube page, and it's Black Empire Media. Our Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Black Empire Media. We are live on Pan African TV, and we are also live on Loud Silence TV and Ghana Web TV. Remember, we are standing by to hear from you as well. My name, Blakk Rasta. It's been the Blakk Pot. More fire!